We're making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe, so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. Yeah, I think my background is fine. I tried to find a spot in the house where I can shoot because it's at night. So I'm dropping this episode in the morning. So the internet has been upside down ever since CIC Julius Malema announced that he was at the airport and is being denied a visa to the UK just 4 hours before his departure. And the internet has been divided. I'm seeing other people saying, yeah, also now Julius Malema wants to go to the UK after everything that he has said. And then I'm seeing some people that are saying, well, this should show you that Julius Malema is not a white-peppered, a white-owned puppet, and the fact that the UK is denying him entry. And I saw the guy from AfriForum celebrating, saying, yeah, since South Africa is not willing to protect us, the world is recognizing and they are standing with us, they are in solidarity with us. And I'm like, okay. So I think it's only fair that we quickly go to the tweet of CIC because it started with that tweet. In fact, I didn't see a tweet. I saw on his Instagram. So this is what CIC posted. He said, the British authorities have denied me a visa to London for the Cambridge conference this weekend, providing no substantial justification. It is clear to me that this is an attempt to silence a dissenting political perspective. We are currently at the OR Tambo Airport, as we were promised that everything would be sorted by 3:30. Instead, we received a regret letter just 4 hours before our departure. This is unacceptable and spineless. So that is what CIC posted. And I see another person that I saw who reposted this is Dr. Chimamola, which I do want to read. Gumani Chimamola, he said, the UK government and the 10 Downing Street have miscalculated. Denying an elected member of parliament with an official passport invited to an academic conference is not trivial. The president of the EFF, Julius Malema, is a continental leader, a parliamentary figure, and his exclusion is an insult to South Africans' democracy institutions. In a fragile coalition era, this is reckless. This is a reckless move, has broader implications in not so distant future. Britain of all nations should know the weight of political exclusion after centuries of colonialism, land theft, genocide, and racial subjugation. It should be the last to mimic the tactics of authoritarian regimes to weaponize visas in the face of dissent, while harboring right-wing populist reeks of hypocrisy and moral decency. So for those that have not been following the story, I'm just going to read a little bit from the EFF statement. In fact, I think, let me read this page. This is the statement that the EFF released. It says that the Economic Freedom Fighters is deeply concerned by the proposed program. Oh, sorry. I'm reading the wrong statement. I'm thinking, no, the proposed program of what? This is the statement that the EFF has released. It says that the Economic Freedom Fighters condemns in the strong terms the deliberate failure by the British High Commission to process the visa application by the Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema, who was set to address student Cambridge University on the 10th of May 2025. In what can only be described as an administratively orchestrated ban on the president of the EFF. So what I noticed from this statement, it came across that the president of the EFF has been banned. The British High Commission, it's okay. So it says the British High Commission has actively delayed the processing and approval of a visa application by the CIC and has sent a letter of regret that it will not be processed in time for the address at Cambridge University, which is scheduled for this weekend. This letter of regret was sent today when the president was set to depart to the UK following the confirmation that the visa will be processed this afternoon. This is nothing more than an expression of a bureaucratic process being used to suppress political dissent and to ban the voices of EFF from building global solidarity against the Western imperialism. The CIC was invited by the African Society of Cambridge University to address the 11th annual Cambridge Africa Together conference under the theme The Making of the Africa's Future Presidents. Minangiti, you know, this theme that CIC was given, he was gonna chow this thing. He was gonna chow this topic and leave no crumbs. The theme is the making of Africa's future presidents. Imagine CIC talking about the making of Africa's future presidents. He was gonna chow this thing and leave no crumbs. The event is one of Cambridge University's most prestigious occasion, which was said to be delivered to Africa's leading policymakers, business leaders, economists, and academics from university across the globe. This is such a big opportunity. It was actually such a good opportunity for CIC to mingle. I'm so sad that he's not going because I feel like it is such a great opportunity for him to meet people all around the globe, business leaders, economics, academics. This was such an important weekend. It's a pity that they took it away from him. The EFF is well aware that this is a reflection of the attitude of imperialists against the commander-in-chief. I don't think I want to read the full statement. So it says here, the United Kingdom it says here, the UK, for its role in the atrocities of colonialism, particularly the role of British monarchy in the slave trade. Its role is to sustaining of the genocide of Palestinian people by Israel and the continued residence by Britain regarding the paying of reparations to victims of colonial conquest. Okay, so I'm not gonna finish the letter of the EFF. Another thing that I actually wanted to read was the letter or the official statement that was released by the British High Commission, which they wrote this email to Godrich Gardie. Godrich Gardie is the deputy president of the Economic Freedom Fighters. So because I think he sent also an email to them to inquire about what's happening and why this is happening, because also Godrich Gardie is very involved in the international he has information about the international and the global things that are happening just in the overall. Because I remember this one time he had an interview with what is this? Is this CNN? I think it's CNN, if I'm not mistaken. I stand to be corrected regarding the Gaza, what was happening in Gaza, and he was very insightful there. So I think this is why maybe he was responsible for sending the email to inquire what's happening. So they replied and they sent an email back and said, "Dear Mr. Gardie, I refer to your recent letter regarding the planned visit of the Honorable Julius Malema, President of the Economic Freedom Fighters, to the United Kingdom to speak at the Cambridge University Africa Together conference. I've been following the processing of the necessary visa for Mr. Malema, and I'm writing to personally apologize that colleagues at the UK Home Office have said that they will regrettably be unable to process the application in time, owing to the necessary steps required to consider the visa application and the unfortunate timing of some recent UK bank holidays. I recognize that this will be deeply disappointing, especially as the delegation applied in advance and some paid for priority service. So this is another thing. I was listening to the EFF spokesperson Utembi, and she was explaining that UCIC has paid for some services so that he can get priority, so that there's no delay whatsoever. And also, the letter is also mentioning here that they applied in time. Utembi was saying this in the interview, that they've done the application on time, so everything was done on time. And the letter here is confirming. I did see some of the comments, people are saying, yeah, Julius Malema didn't submit some documents, and that's a lie. He actually submitted everything that he was supposed to submit, and on time. He even paid for priority, so that whatever happens, if there's a delay or whatever, but he still gets priority, and it's still done on time, which is what the letter is confirming here. Okay, then it says, I'd like to assure you that I've taken personal interest in this issue and have been in regular communication with the relevant home office officials about this case, including over the last week and this morning. I'm afraid, though, that I have no means of intervening in the decision-making process itself, which is solely a matter of the Home Office. Given the fact that the purpose of the visit was to attend Cambridge conference, and that will now no longer be possible, it would be open to the delegation to withdraw the application on this occasion. We have secured agreement from Home Office colleagues that should the delegation choose to do so, the Home Office will fully refund all the application fees incurred, including the priority service application. So they're saying they're willing to pay back all the application fees and even the priority that CIC paid for. Once someone says, I'm willing to pay you back the money, you must just know that they just don't want him to go. I know that this will still mean this will still mean substantiative inconvenience for Mr. Malema and the delegation. I renew my sincere apologies again to them, that the Home Office were unable to process the application in time on this occasion. So yeah, which is quite sad, man. It's quite sad, because this would be such a great opportunity for CIC. I'm not gonna lie. This would be such a great opportunity. It would shine a lot of light on him as well. It's always good to get global recognition here and there. It's always good to be visible in these things, especially with such leaders. And for people that know you, maybe on the news, and they're always hearing that you are radical, you're ruthless, so they can interact with you and realize, good time, man, this guy is not this person they're saying he is. So Khalil from AfriForum retweeted as well, and he said, great news. This is only the beginning. AfriForum is intensifying its international campaign, calling on all global community to take punitive action against Julius Malema for inciting violence against Afrikaners and farmers with the Kill the Boer chant. South Africa courts have failed to protect Afrikaners from the global from calls for violence against them, and the President Ramaphosa has refused to condemn the hateful chant. To ensure that Malema cannot act with impunity, international intervention is now necessary. So, of course, AfriForum is celebrating that Julius Malema is denied the visa to the UK. This would have actually been such a great opportunity. I was saying, I wish they can give him an opportunity to address them via Zoom, so that at least his voice can still be heard, and that it's not totally cancelled. That would still be a great opportunity for him. I hope they really offer him that chance. Yeah, and anyway, it's too late now, because he's supposed to be addressing them on the 10th, which is on Saturday. Tomorrow is Thursday. It's not enough time to travel to the UK. So it's just very stressful, nje. I wish things would have been different for CIC. This would have been such a great opportunity. So you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. As I said, hopefully they let him speak via Zoom or something. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Tell me why you think they've denied the visa. I see the theories are coming in, and I see some people are comparing to Ibrahim Traore, saying, yeah, Traore refused an invite, and Julius Malema is crying to go to the UK. What? I'm like, what dumb people are these, Nasan? What people are these? So yeah, guys, yeah, let me know what you think. I think if there's any more developments tomorrow, which I doubt there will be, because it seems like it's set that he's not going, and they're even saying if you cancel, we're gonna pay you back the money. So I mean, seems like it's the end of the dreams. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. If you don't know who I am, my name is Zizipolo Belana, and this is Simple Politics. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Aluta continua.